Hi everyone, and welcome to a slightly melancholic Stoke-on-Trent City Archives is Moving vlog. We're here in the old City Central Library building to take one last look at the various strong rooms and secure spaces that have been the home of Stoke-on-Trent City Archives for the past 25 years or so now. We're just finishing up on the last bits of the physical move, so there are just a few little pieces left to go over to our new home in the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery. So before we shut this building down completely, we thought we'd go and have a bit of a whistle-stop tour, connect everything up into one video, walk round all of the archive spaces and kind of show you how much has changed. If you may have seen the videos that we did quite a while ago now. At the very start of this process, we did store tours for each of the, like I say, the strong rooms and the secure areas to sort of show you what those spaces look like before we started in earnest to prep and pack and do all the things needed to transport it over to our new strong room. So let's get started anyway. So you'll probably recognize this. This was actually the third in the series of store tours here for the reading room. I imagine it will look very different to how it did then. That's probably something that you could say for each of the spaces that we're going to go through and look at today. But yeah, all the furniture's gone, all of the reference materials gone, the computers, the microfilm, the microfiche, the readers for those. Yeah, so a really quite bare space now. One of the extra things though, that because the reading room's closed, because the building's closed, because the archives are no longer here, we can actually sneak through this emergency exit here to go into store E, which was another of the spaces we looked at last time round. So as you can see, lots of empty shelves. It's also really echoing here, like you can't believe how much of a difference moving everything out has changed how the look and the feel of this strong room, but certainly yeah, much more echoey. As you can see, empty shelves everywhere. Air conditioning is still humming away. Hopefully that's not too loud for you. But again, you know, we've had shelving here. That shelving's actually been repurposed in our offices over at the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery. All of this would have been full, and down here were a sort of a whole wall of freestanding map cabinets. Those have all been taken out too, and obviously the contents of those are now over in the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery. Last time we walked through one of these racks here to take in the Minton pattern books. Again, they're over secure in the new strong room. Here is where we did our box making video. I'll try and link all of these videos either somewhere up here or in the description below, so you can catch up with those if you've not seen them before. But yeah, obviously a very different space, a very echoey space, as you can probably hear. Another little behind the scenes tidbit though, because we're all closed and everywhere's now sort of open. Here's the just behind the reading room desk here and the door into our workroom here. So as you can see, again, there's really not much going on in here. A few little sticks of furniture, but a lot of the shelving and the furniture's already gone. That also means we can sneak out into the balcony area from here. Hopefully all the lights will pop on for us. There we go, yeah. So again, this area was full of map cabinets all along here. We had shelving, more map cabinets along here. Those have all been moved out, and again, all these roller racks would have been full of stuff. There are a few, you'll notice in the balcony area in particular, just a few spots where there are items still to go over. But yeah, as you can see, the vast majority of this space is now empty. There's just a few there that we're still waiting to take over. But again, as we walk past, you can just see little glimpses of empty racks and empty bays. Again, just a few more items here that we're still sorting through before we shut the building down, but really it's not going to be very much longer now. You can already see more empty stacks along here. A little bit further along, I think there were some map cabinets in this space here. Those have now gone as well. So yeah, just the odd bay with items in that we're still got to clear out, but on the whole a very different space, as they all are, from last time we were here. When we did our balcony video, we actually started it from here, so we'll go out through there back into the reading room. And now to tie this all together, we're going to go and walk down the stairs. We will fast forward it or do some magical editing to get us down to the basement stores, and then we can look at basement stores B and C, and the Solon room too. So let's go. So here we are down in the lowest level of the building. The first two store tours were through there with basement stores B and C. We're going to go there in a minute. But before we do that, we'll just have a quick peek at the Solon room, which I think was the last video in the original series. Obviously, as you can see, this is very, very empty now. You can actually see through the stacks there. So yeah, everything is now out of here as well. And yeah, feeling very quiet and very empty down here. We'll pop out of here, through these doors here, and into basement store B, which was the subject of the very first store tours video. Again, really echoey. All this space was filled with rolled items there. All these shelves were full. So yeah, just a massive difference now. All of this archive material safely over in the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery store. And that strong room, obviously we're going to do a store tour for that, and probably for the new reading room as well. We're really looking forward to that. So just as soon as they're ready, we'll get in there and do those and put those up on the blog as well. Again, one thing that hasn't changed through here is the slightly noisy air conditioning unit. What has changed is, I think last time here there were empty boxes ready to be used in both of these stores. They're now all gone, as is again everything in this store too. So apologies for the copious amounts of shots of empty shelving, but this is, you know, part of the process. This is where we're at in the old CCL building right now. Just along here, can't come into this store without saying this is where the Minton art design folios used to be, the big red and blue boxes, and again just empty shelves there now. So yeah, as I said at the top of the video, slightly melancholic. There's a little pang of sadness about leaving a building that's taken care of the archives for the last 25 years or more, but we're really excited about the new space. As I say, definitely going to show you those just as soon as we can. I hope this video, as now we've been able to tie it all together, has given you an idea of where everything sat in the old CCL building. Where everything is now is just outside these doors here in the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery. Just over there. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again soon.